South Carolina, number 9, Colin Heeman.
All right, welcome in, everybody. We're here live for day 5 of the 2024 DYB World Series. This time with Division I 3A coverage between South Carolina and Louisiana. First pitch by Finn O'Neill is a strike. These teams on the elimination side of bracket, and so they're looking to stay alive and play in the championship game possibly later today with a Texas win over Mississippi. And so both of these teams looking to continue their season right here. On the mound for Louisiana, Finn O'Neill up to bat for South Carolina. That one popped out of play and foul. 1-2 now the count. Up to bat right now is Colin Heeman, Grant McCumbee, Owen Sanchez, Little Bill Schilling, Graham Hamilton, Connell Rooney, Zach Metzger, Artie Hummel, Hayne Karstens, Shiloh Cross, and Liam Dorsheimer round out the lineup for South Carolina. 2-2 now the count. For Finn O'Neill, the pitcher, his battery mate Chris Burmaster, who we saw on the mound last night in Louisiana's close loss to the team from Texas. 3-2 now the count for Heeman. Over at first, we see Luke Thomas. Second, Graham Strapolo. Over at third base, Abram Duong. That pitch inside as well, and so South Carolina starts the game off with a walk. And an early base runner for the South Carolina team. At short, they got Dominic Palermo. Out in left field, Cameron Roth, Hunter Verrett, and Ben Nunez out in right. That pitch in the zone for a strike. Now 0-1 the count. Grant McCumbee. Now the man in the box for South Carolina. That pitch he sees inside, 1-1. Now the count. Talking about Finn O'Neill. He pitched earlier in the tournament, went 5 innings without reaching that 40 pitch mark, and so very impressive stuff by Finn to help him get his team here. They won against North Carolina on Sunday and got the bye to play until later yesterday evening, excuse me, where they faced off against Texas. It ended up being a 7-6 game where it was just completely back and forth. Both teams fought super hard in that one and resulted in a Texas win, but nothing for Louisiana to be mad at. Finn O'Neill, that one just kind of sails. Gets over the head of McCumbee and will allow Heeman to advance. So now full count for McCumbee. Sanchez, the on-deck man. This one put it up into play. Got to be caught by the center fielder as he steps up to get that one. And that'll be the first out of the inning. And we'll stay over there at second. That one just kind of almost got down there in that dead period, but
Number 13, Owen Sanchez.
Center fielder Hunter Verrett playing shallow enough to where he was able to come in and get that ball. Owen Sanchez now in the box for South Carolina. Pitch by O'Neill. Going to be fouled away on the left field side. 0-1 quickly for Sanchez. Swing and a miss for Sanchez. His count now looks like 0-2. South Carolina got here after they lost to Texas Monday morning. That ball put it up into play. Got to be in front of the center fielder. He's going to just get it into his infield, but not before. That'll put runners on the corners now after a single from Owen Sanchez. Great job fighting back after going down in that 0-1 count. So now we'll see Little Bill Schilling come in to the batter's box for South Carolina. Looking to put up first run of the game in favor of South Carolina. That one he takes a big hack at. He was committed to swinging, and it started falling to the top of the zone, and all of a sudden he didn't want to swing, but had already started going, and so 0-1 now the count. Burmaster giving some infield signals to his guys to know what to do in this situation. The runners on the corners, only one out. That ball high. It's going to go back to the pitcher to ensure that the runner from third doesn't advance. So now both runners in scoring position. 1-1's the count. So, Little Bill Schilling. Now with a 1-1 count, both runners in scoring position. We'll see O'Neal step off. And that ball sails high. 2-1 for O'Neal. Graham Hamilton on deck man. That ball, little fly, or excuse me, pop up over to the shortstop. And so that'll retire the second batter this inning after that pop up from Little Bill to the shortstop. So we'll see Graham Hamilton step into the box. First pitch he sees, liner back to the shortstop, and that'll do it. For the top of the first, Louisiana found themselves in a little bit of trouble, but they're able to escape after 2 quick outs. Retired by Dominic Palermo. We'll head to the bottom of the second. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back bottom of the first now, where Louisiana able to escape a couple of tough plays from South Carolina. They had 2 runners in scoring position, and Finn O'Neal and Dominic Palermo able to work together very well, as Palermo recorded the last 2 outs of the inning to make sure that those runs did not come in. So now on the mound for South Carolina, we'll see Hayne Karstens be the man on the bump for South Carolina. His battery mate, R.D. Hummel, over at first, Owen Sanchez. Graham Hamilton over at second, Connell Rooney at third, Zach Metzger, the shortstop. And left is Colin Heeman. First pitch from Karstens is a ball. Out in center is Little Bill Schilling. And out and right is Liam Dorsheimer. Up to bat first for Louisiana is Dominic Palermo. Sees that second pitch for a strike. Also due up this inning is Abram Dong and Hunter Verrett. Cameron Roth, Ben Nunez, Finn O'Neill. Third pitch fouled away. 1-2 now the count. Graham Strapolo, Graydon Bienvenu, Luke Thomas, Chris Burmaster, Bo Smith, and Hudson Collins complete the lineup for Louisiana. So now quickly a 1-2 count for Dominic Palermo, starting shortstop. That ball going to be fouled down the first base line. Count remains 1-2. Louisiana managed by Brett Palermo, Carl Cabot, and Keith Nunez. That one hit right back to the shortstop himself. And so first out of the inning comes off of another line out to the shortstop.
Now batting number 7, Abram Duong.
Hit it over there to Zach Metzger. First pitch, Duong sees. And then for a strike, 0-1. Quickly to Abram. The 1 pitch. Also down the middle for a strike. Quickly 0-2 for Abram Duong. Hunter Verrett, the on-deck man. That pitch on the outside edge for a strike as well. 1-2-3 strikeout for Hayne Karstens. That'll be his first of the game.
Now batting number 2, Hunter Verrett.
So here's Hunter Verrett. He recorded the first out of the last inning. That fly out to center. That pitch a little high, in for a ball. 1-0 the count. 1-0 pitch outside for a ball. 2-0. That would count. The 2-0 pitch from Karstens. In there for a strike. 2-1. As he's climbing back. If it gets to him, Cameron Roth will be the on-deck man for Louisiana. That pitch away, 3-1. Now for Abram. Pitch on the inside edge. Full count. Carson's looking to make his way back and finish this inning. This one put back into play. Great snag. Over there at short by Zach Metzger. He gets the first out and he gets the last out of this inning. Incredible stop to catch that ball and prevent it from going into the outfield. We'll head to the top of the second. We'll look to see if South Carolina can capitalize on that momentum. We'll be right back. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. All right, back top of the second. Now up for Louisiana. Lead off this inning will be Connell Rooney, or excuse me, South Carolina, Connell Rooney, Zach Metzger, and R.D. Hummel.
20, Connell Rooney.
Rooney playing third base. Last time up, South Carolina stranded a couple runners on. This first pitch fouled back and out of play. 0-1 quickly for Rooney. Stranded a couple runners on second and third, and so they're going to look to get more runners on base and hopefully this time capitalize for South Carolina. That pitch high, 1-1 now. So you're bragging on O'Neal having a low pitch count in his last outing. 22 already. 23 after that pitch. This one a grounder over to short. Going to make the throw over to first, but not going to be in time as Rooney outruns the play. And so another leadoff base runner for South Carolina. They're looking to make as much happen as they can. And that'll bring up Zach Metzger, shortstop. Made that incredible catch to end the bottom half of the first. Pretty breaking ball there by O'Neal. Gets Metzger swinging. Gets Metzger swinging. So quickly now 0-1 for Metzger. This one hammered down to third base. He's going to make the throw over to second. They try to get the double play over at first. Not going to be in time, but did record the first out of the inning after Metzger's fielder's choice. And so one down now, and Metzger's over there at first, but a really good stop by Abram Dong over there at third to stop that ball and make the headsy play to throw it over to second. First pitch and for Artie Hummel. It's a ball as it is high. Hummel the catcher for South Carolina. A breaking ball, put into play. Shortstop, or excuse me, center fielder gonna run out and make the play on it, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Hunter Verrett covers a lot of ground there in the outfield. That's two plays now that he's come way up to make a really good play and make a good out. Hayden Karsten's starting pitcher now up to the plate for South Carolina. That's a big hack at that one. It's now 0-2 for Karstens. Third pitch of the at-bat. Pitch sails away. So 1-2. That one. Roller over to the second baseman. He'll make the throw over to short to get the easy play at second base. And so, despite that leadoff single by Rooney, it's not going to be enough as Louisiana retires the next three batters. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Louisiana looking to put up some runs for themselves. We're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back, bottom half of the second.
Cameron Roth.
Louisiana now up to bat. We will see Cameron Roth be the man at the plate now. Roth, Nunez, and Finn O'Neill. Gentlemen due up, sending for South Carolina. It's that first pitch with the ball to Roth. He takes a big cut at that one. 1-1. Now for Roth. Hayden Carson's still on the mound for South Carolina. Big swing and miss there again. 2-1. Now our count. Have a quick time. There's a ball in front of South Carolina's dugout. That pitch fouled back. Count remains 1-2. That's something that Louisiana was very good at last night, was working counts very high because they were able to just foul everything off and stay focused in counts. That one sails away, 2-2. They worked some of those pitchers deep into their pitch count after fouling 5 or 6 balls off consecutively in an at-bat. Again, there you go, another foul ball, 2-2. Both playing left field. Ben Nunez playing some right field today, the on-deck man. Pretty breaking ball. It just drops a little bit out of the zone. Very good discipline there by Cameron Roth to not swing at that one. And that one sails away. Full count turns into a walk for Roth, and he is now a leadoff base runner and turns into the first base runner of the game so far for Louisiana.
Now batting number 5, Ben Nunez.
So Ben Nunez now up to the plate. First pitch he sees down the middle for a strike. Already Hummel, the catcher, walking Cameron Roth back over to first base. Make sure he's staying over there. A pitch outside for a ball. And so this is AAA. And so you might have been watching most of our ozone coverage where the base paths and the mound are a little bit farther away and the runners are able to lead off. That ball put into play over to second base. He's going to make the throw over to short, and he'll hold it over there to retire the first batter. As Ben Nunez grounds into a fielder's choice.
Now batting number 34, Finn O'Neill.
So like we were saying, field a little bit smaller to the mound, a little bit smaller, and runners not able to lead off in AAA or the majors, opposed to ozone, and so it's typically why you see a lot more stolen bases in ozone compared to the other two leagues. That first pitch, a ball. One-0 pitch. Swing and miss from O'Neill. He's starting pitcher today for Louisiana. He's gone 2 innings so far with 2 hits and a walk. His first at bat. He sees his third pitch in for a strike over on field 9 right now. We've got the undefeated team out of Texas facing off against Mississippi. We'll get a score update from that here in just a second. That pitch sails away for a ball. 2-2. Now the count. The 2-2 pitch. It's a big cut out of Finn O'Neill. That results in a swing and miss, and so that is now the second strikeout for Hayne Karstens. There's 2 away
23, Graham Shapolo.
for Graham Strapolo. Graham over at second base. Saw him come out and finish yesterday's game. That ball gets away from the catcher, Artie Hummel. And so that'll allow the runner to advance over to second base. So 1-0 count now for Strapolo with a runner in scoring position. First one that they've had so far today. 1-1 after watching that strike. That pitch low for a ball. Count now 1-1. Now 3-1 the count after that ball. I'm gonna have to watch Carson's closer here. That pitch also outside for a ball, and so now 2 runners on for Graydon Bienvenu.
Now batting number 22, Graham Bienvenu.
That pitch in for a strike. 0-1. The count for Bienvenu. The 0-1 pitch sails away. Now 1-1. Bienvenu able to, excuse me, it's actually 2-0, not 1-1, 2-0. Bienvenu is able to extend this inning. It's going to be Luke Thomas. He was on deck. 2-1. Now the count. 2-1. Now the count. That pitch fouled back. Evens the count at 2-2. Bienvenu trying to drive in this first run of the game for Louisiana. That pitch on the bottom part of the corner for a strike. And that'll be the 3rd for Karsten. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. First, we'll have a 5-minute hydration break. And so after we get back from that, we'll return for the top of the 3rd where South Carolina will be batting after. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this.
All right, time to play ball.
All right, we're back for the top half of the third. It'll be South Carolina back up. They'll start with Shiloh Cross, Liam Dorsheimer, and Colin Heeman will be the gentlemen due up. Finn O'Neill back on the mound for Louisiana. 2 innings of work. He's allowed 2 hits and a walk.
Shiloh Cross.
Still a 0-0 game. Finn O'Neill at 31 pitches. And Karsten's already at 40. First pitch by Cross. Popped up to the shortstop. He'll get under it. And we'll record the first out of this top half of the third.
Now batting number 2, Liam Dorschmeyer.
Dominic Palermo is getting a lot of work over there at short. 4 plays already so far to start this game have involved him. Excuse me, 5, including that fielder's choice. So 1-0 now. Or excuse me, 1-1 now for Liam Dorsheimer. South Carolina managed by Rob Howard, Garrett Hamilton, and Billy Schilling. This ball popped out of play. Foul ball, 1-2. To Dorsheimer. Colin Heeman on deck. That ball hit right back up the middle. And that'll be in time for a ground out. Wow. An incredible play by Hunter Verrett. Dorsheimer just not getting down the line fast enough. And Verrett makes the throw from center field to make the force out over at first. Incredible play by Hunter Verrett. First pitch seen here. He's going to get down in the gap. Verrett making the throw over at second. And Heeman just in time over at second base. As Verrett was really trying to get another throw over there. 2 incredible throws by Verrett. So, Colin Heeman gets in with a double. Now they're hitting it out to the gap in left center, but like we said, Verrett was really trying to stop him after trying to extend on the base pass. It's now Grant McCumbee up. He flew out to Verrett his last time up. And so, talked about Verrett earlier making how much ground he can cover out in center. This ball, a little bouncer over to the catcher. So now we have runners on the corners after catcher Chris Burmaster just unable to handle that ball well. And so we now have runners on the corners. And it'll bring up Owen Sanchez. Sanchez singled his first at bat for the first hit of the inning. And we will now see a mound visit from Brett Palermo. O'Neal at 39 pitches, but if they believe in O'Neal, they might just let him go, as this is an elimination game and they're trying to play as long as they can. And so, after that insane out by Verrett on Dorsheimer, Heeman and McCumbee with back-to-back hits brings up Owen Sanchez, who's 1 for 1. That pitch hits the top of the zone. Going to get a run down over at second, and they're going to tag him before the run comes in, so it doesn't even matter. They try to get him tied up to allow the runner to advance, but because he got tagged before the run comes in, it doesn't matter. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. South Carolina again trying to make it tough on the base pass for Louisiana, but no runs come across again. We'll head to the bottom of the third, and it'll be Louisiana's turn up. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. So Luke Thomas now up for Louisiana as we're back for the bottom of the third. That first pitch sails away, and now 1-0 count to Luke Thomas, Burmaster, and Bo Smith. The men do up this inning for Louisiana. Second pitch is uses for a ball as well, 2-0. So it's Thomas, Burmaster, Smith. And pitch away as well, 3-0 now. Carson's has exceeded his 40 pitch mark, and so South Carolina going to try and stick with him as long as they can, as they've already burned him. Pitching for a strike, 3-1. Now the count. Burmaster so far has thrown 2 innings. Has 2 walks. And after that pitch, the count's now full. And 3 strikeouts. That pitch down the middle for a strike, and so he comes back from 3-0 to record his 4th strikeout of the game. We're going to have you can already tell that we're going to have a defensive masterclass in this game, and there aren't going to be a whole lot of runs being put up here. 0-1 quickly for Chris Burmaster. Now, if there's some incredible plays by Louisiana's defense, and we've seen the same with South Carolina with Zach Metzger over there at short doing some crazy things. And so a 1-1 pitch just outside. Makes it 2-1 now to Burmaster. A pitch low, 3-1. So now Karstens is working his pitch count high. That pitch down the middle, and it's full again. So Karstens does a good job of bouncing back out of these counts where he's down in, and gets a swing and a miss on that one. And so another count where he was down in the count ends up in a strike. And that makes it 5 now for Karstens. So now we'll see Bo Smith. He shows bunt, pulls back, called strike. That ball bunted down. Third baseman going to get a hold of it. Throw over to first. Going to be in time. And that'll do it. That'll end the third inning. A 1-2-3 inning. Started with 2 strikeouts and then a ground out. We'll head to the top of the 4th. South Carolina will finally look to capitalize on some of these base runners they've been able to put on. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back now, top of the 4th. Again, a very back and forth game. from both of these teams. Still scoreless as we're into the top of the 4th inning. Like I mentioned in the bottom half, an incredible defensive game so far. And it's back and forth between the fans, too. Louisiana chanting 3 up, 3 down. The other side, everybody up, everybody scores. This one got to be over the head of the right fielder. He's running all the way to 3rd. And he'll be in safely. And he'll stay there over 3rd. And a huge leadoff triple for Owen Sanchez. Owen Sanchez 2 for 2 now. He was up last inning, but then after McCumbee got thrown out to end it, he comes back up and is a huge kickstart here with a huge triple. And now it's Little Bill Schilling looking to drive him in. He sees that first pitch for a ball. Little Bill Schilling and Graham Hamilton. The boys due up this inning. Gonna have a little bit of conversation between pitcher and catcher. Make sure they're on the same page.
Let him stay on 3rd. Come on.
All right, so Little Bill Schilling steps back into the box. That pitch high, 2-0. Now for Schilling. His last time up, he popped out to the shortstop. That pitch on the inside edge for a strike, 2-1. So, Louisiana not unfamiliar with base runners. That one over the 3rd baseman head, and that'll be the first run of the ball game after a huge RBI single from Little Bill Schilling. And so an RBI single puts South Carolina on the board first. They've been waiting all game for that. They've had base runners multiple times and just looking to finally capitalize on them, and they do it now. And so Graham Hamilton looking to utilize that spark a Little Bill just had, and so wants to continue to add to the South Carolina lead now.
Come on, Finn. Here comes your strike. Let him strike.
And help Hayden Carsons as much as he can. So 1-0 pitch. Drops in there for a strike. 1-1 now for Finn O'Neill. Oh, 2-1, excuse me. Pitch from O'Neill. Drops. For a ball, 3-1.
You can do this, Finn. Come on, strike.
3-1 pitch from O'Neill. Hammered to the second baseman. And it's a double play. And so the liner over there to Graham Strapolo, and he fires it back over to first for the double play.
Number 20, Connell Rooney.
So 2 lineouts in a row for Graham Hamilton. This one resulting in a double play. That'll bring up Connell Rooney, who singled his first time up. That first pitch, a swing and miss for a strike. Rooney last time up got down in that 0-2 count and then fought back to put it in play. This one hammered out to left field, but a great stop by Hudson Collins. Finishes the inning, but not before South Carolina puts up one for themselves. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Louisiana's going to look to answer. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this.
in the DYB program by offering your services to volunteer. There is no better call.
Hudson, you can do this. You got it, Bubba. You got it. Come on, Bub. Go, Hudson.
Down right for Louisiana, number 1, Hudson Collins.
All right, we're back. Bottom of the fourth. 12-hole Hudson Collins, the leadoff man for Louisiana. Swing and miss for his first pitch. We'll return to the top of the order after this with Dominic Palermo and Abram Duong. Use that second pitch for a ball. 1-1 now the count. Carson still on the mound for South Carolina. Pitch away. 2-1 now for Karstens. As we saw last inning, he can get behind in the count kind of easily, but then once he does, he does a good job of working his way back. 2-2 now the count. Hudson Collins sees the pitch for a ball. 3-1, or 3-2, excuse me. So the payoff pitch for Karstens. Low for a ball. And Louisiana starts this inning with a leadoff walk. That'll be Carson's third of the game. And we'll return to Dominic Palermo. Palermo lined out to short his last time up.
Now batting number 3, Dominic Palermo.
First pitch. Shows bunt. Pulls back. 1-0. Now the count for Palermo. Shows bunt again. That one is the inside edge for a strike after he pulled it back. So now 1-1. This one popped up out to center. He'll get under it. And that'll record the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 7,
Louisiana moms are cracking me up. So Abram Duong up now, sees his first pitch for a ball. 1-0. Now the count. Runner still over there at first. Only one out. One out. 1-1 in the count. That ball low, 2-1. For Abram Duong. That one fouled away. Count even at 2. As Carson's is trying to bounce back of this at bat. Carson's pitch. Fouled back again. And there's that Louisiana tendency of fouling things away and that one a grounder over to past the third baseman and will allow both runners to be safe after that single from Dong. So Hunter Verrett will come up now. He lined out to short his last time up. And so This is only the second time that Louisiana's had a runner in scoring position so far in this game, and so this time it only comes with 1 out. They're looking to capitalize. A runner goes over to third because nobody was playing over there. Ball gets away from him, and so now both runners are in scoring position. We're going to see a meeting on the mound for South Carolina. Third baseman wasn't covering, and so runner over there at second easily goes and takes third, and by the time they do throw it over there, it's missed. Gonna get a towel thrown in for Carson's, kind of clear a little bit of sweat off of him, off of his arm, out of his eyes. Gonna help him out the best that they can. So, the 1-0 count. Both runners on scoring position for Hunter Verrett. Done a great job in center field for Louisiana, and now he's trying to replicate his success at the plate now. That pretty breaking ball comes in for a strike. 1-1 now for Verrett. 1-1 pitch. Stays low, 2-1. Carson's now at 72. That pitch away, 3-1. Carson's getting close to the pitch capacity. Allowed. That one gets away from the catcher. Coming in the runner, and Louisiana has tied the ball game. And after that walk, Verrett runs over to second, and so both runners are in scoring position still. And we have a tie ball game. But Louisiana still looking to pounce and add some more. Looks like we're going to see a pitching change from South Carolina. As we see that pitching change, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see who the new player on the mound is and what South Carolina has in store to put out this Louisiana fire. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It'll be Connell Rooney on the mound now for Louisiana. First pitch, he throws to Roth. Will be a hit that drives in 1 run and now 2. And so first pitch swinging for Cameron Roth turns into a 2-run RBI single, and Louisiana now takes the 1-3 lead here in this bottom half of the 4th. The runner still on first and only 1 out. Brings in Ben Nunez. He sees the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch. Outside and low. 2-0. Out of Nunez. Pitch in there for a strike. That pitch in for a strike as well. 2-2. Now the count to Nunez. That one. Grounder over to second. Gonna throw up to the shortstop to get the force out at second base. But that'll record the second out. That'll be a fielder's choice again for Nunez, his second of the game. And that'll be Finn O'Neill in for Louisiana. That pitch low and inside for a ball, and will allow Nunez to advance over to second. So 1-0 count, runner in scoring position again for Louisiana in this inning. That one popped out of play for a foul, 1-1. That pitch also fouled back. 1-2. That one right back up the middle, gonna get past the shortstop. But we're gonna say that it hit the runner. And so they're gonna say that he is out due to that. So that'll be the third out of the inning if the case. And it did. So it ends up hitting Ben Nunez on that grounder, and that puts up the third out. As if the ball hits the runner in play, it becomes an out. And so that's the way that this bottom half of the 4th is going to end before Louisiana puts up 3 runs and comes back to take the lead. We're heading to the top of the 5th. We're going to have a 5-minute hydration break first, and so we'll be back for the 2024 DYB World Series.
It's time to play ball.
I don't know, because Texas not even playing. I don't know why that ain't Kofi, Texas. I thought it was Mississippi, South Carolina. All right, 1, 2, 3, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Watch ready.
All right, we're back from hydration break. Top of the 5th. Still Finn O'Neill on the mound for Louisiana. And now we are up to Zach Metzger. Metzger grounded out in that fielder's choices last time up. Second pitch, high, 1-1. So 1-1. That pitch hammered into a gap and not enough talking. And so it'll fall in that gap. And so leadoff base runner for South Carolina after that single from Zach Metzger. Artie Hummel, the catcher, or who at one point did catch for South Carolina, now in. He flew out to center his last time up. This one fouled away. 0-1 quickly. Metzger, Hummel, and Karstens due up this inning. So now we see Hummel and Karstens on deck. He was the starting pitcher. He finished with 3 1/3 innings, a hit, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 runs in his name. That pitch high for a ball, 1-1. That pitch hit past the third baseman's glove. You gotta allow everybody to be safe. We've now got our runners on first and second. And again, South Carolina putting runners on the base pass. It's just a matter of can they capitalize on it. So now we see Hayden Karstens come in and grounded out his last time up. Into a fielder's choice. First pitch he sees is a ball. 1-0. Second pitch hit foul, 1-1. So Ben O'Neill now at 60 pitches. His 61st here. That one, a little dribbler, gonna be trouble. Shortstop able to get the tag out over on the runner advancing to second. Not able to get the throw over to first. So it'll only be 1 down now with the runners on the corners. After another fielder's choice. Rain Carson's and Shiloh Cross. Now up, he popped out to short. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. See what he has in store for him. So, quick discussion brings us back. Just kind of talking about situations here. Run on the corners for Shiloh Cross. Takes a big swing and miss at that one. Shiloh popped out to short his last time up. William Dorsheimer, the on deck man. That pitch low for a ball, 1-1. Now for Cross. Pitch. It's another swing and miss on Cross. And that one, a swing and miss, and that'll be Finn O'Neill's first strikeout of the game against Shiloh Cross. And so now 2 down for Liam Dorsheimer. That one popped out, first baseman calling for it. They'll come and grab it. Louisiana ends the inning. After, again, another dangerous one where South Carolina strands runners on the base paths. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Louisiana looking to add to their lead. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. All right, it's the bottom of the 5th now. Connell Rooney still on the mound. Grant Strapolo sees his first pitch for a strike. Graydon Bienvenu and Luke Thomas also due up this inning for Louisiana. That one high and out of the zone, and Strapolo takes a big swing at that one. 0-2 now the count. That one in the same spot. This time Strapolo holds off. 1-2. Strapolo walked his last time up. Two and two now. Strapolo. 3 pitches in a row in the same spot. Out of that first swing and miss, he understands it now. That one popped out and out of play. Now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Again, outside. That's where Rooney's trying to work. Trying to work on the outside part of the plate, get these righties swinging. That one sails outside again. And so a leadoff walk for Graham Strapolo in Louisiana. Puts an early runner on base. South Carolina's trying to minimize damage.
22, Braden Bienvenu.
See Graydon Bienvenu now. His first pitch in for a strike. Another outside pitch. Rooney's trying to work outside, but just stretches it a little too far. It looks like he's overcommitting his throws sometimes. That one going to go over to third. He hesitates. He did a little pump back. He originally wanted to throw over to second and then hesitated to throw over to first, and that allows both runners to be safe.
Number 13, Luke Thomas.
And so Luke Thomas is now in the box. First pitch he sees is 1-0. That pitch, a swing and miss from Thomas. Thomas struck out his last time up. That pitch on the outside edge. Again, 2-1. That time not so far over. And so trying to work his way back into that outer edge of the zone. That one does hit it. 2-2. Now the count for Luke Thomas. Runners on first and second. Still no outs.
No stopping you now, Luke. Easy. Easy with the right pitch.
2-2 pitch. In the zone. Pretty breaking ball. In for a strike. Records Rooney's first strikeout of the game and back-to-back strikeouts for Luke Thomas.
Now batting number 21.
And now we'll see Chris Burmaster step into the box. First pitch he sees comes inside a little too much, and so 1-0 count now for him. That pitch goes outside, 2-0. That pitch hits the outer lower part of the zone. 2-1. Now for Burmaster. Who also struck out his last time up. Outside pitch. 3-1 now. Rooney's consistent about wanting to work that outside edge. It's just a matter of can he find the zone or not. That time he gets a big swing and a miss, and that's what you want to see. Working that outside part of the plate. Getting the ball to start in and work its way across to get the batter swinging. That breaking pitch doesn't drop in, and so now the bases are loaded after that walk to Burmaster.
Now batting number 9, Bo Smith.
So we'll see Bo Smith step in for Louisiana. Bases loaded. Bo. Is that first pitch for a ball. He grounded out to third base his last time up. That pitch comes in for a strike after Bo pulls back. That pitch, he takes a big hack at. Gets him swinging. 1-2 now. Ernie trying to work his way out of this one. That one back to third base, and he goes over and touches his base. Double play. Holds Louisiana scoreless. They had bases loaded, and South Carolina able to get out of a huge jam. After that one, the infield was playing in, expecting a bunt, and it just goes right back to third baseman the third baseman over there, and he just goes and touches his respective base. And so we're headed into the top half of the sixth. It's South Carolina's last hope. You're watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back top of the sixth. It's down to South Carolina's last chance here in this Division I 3A World Series. Colin Heeman, leadoff man, will be the first man up. After him, we'll see Grant McCumbee and Owen Sanchez. Colin is 1 for 1 today with a double and a walk. That pitch outside, 2-0. Now for Finn O'Neill. The biggest thing for O'Neill now is his pitches. He's at 68. Max is 75. You're able to finish a batter after you reach that limit. That breaking ball in for a strike. 2-1 now the count. That pitch put into play, out to right field. And Nunez gets underneath it for the first out of the inning. 1 down for Louisiana. And after that, South Carolina now only has 2 outs to work with. Well, the mom's saying no pressure. There's a little bit of pressure. Foul ball, yeah. Finn O'Neill now at 71 pitches. It's not like you're in an elimination game only up 2 runs. That one fouled back. Quickly 0-2 now for Grant McCumbee. McCumbee flied out his first time up and got a single the second time. Make him 1 for 2. He's 0-2 in this count. Beautiful breaking ball by O'Neill, falls into the zone for the second out. And it'll be a strikeout. Only his second of the game, but it comes at a perfect time. And so Owen Sanchez now. That's the first play he sees into play. And there it is. Ball game. As number 3, Dominic Palermo comes over and makes an incredible snag to finish this ball game and sends Louisiana to play later tonight. An incredible back and forth ball game that was very much defensive heavy, and these defensive teams just capitalize on every opportunity. So many smart plays. Dominic Palermo and Hudson Verrett or Hunter Verrett, excuse me, making some incredible plays in the field. And Palermo there finishing it out to record that final out. And with that, they move on. So they'll be looking forward to a 2 o'clock game now, possibly. And we'll see what that has in store for them. So we appreciate you all tuning in to our AAA coverage today. You've been watching the 2024 DYB Division I 3A World Series. Be sure to stay tuned as we'll bring you the rest of the coverage here on Field 10 for today and tomorrow. And so be ready for that. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please like, comment, and share. And stay tuned for the rest of the DYB coverage that we have left for you today. You've been watching the 2024 DYB World Series. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.